Welcome to the Thursday night football review for round two of the 2024 NRL season. And the Broncos have defeated the Rabbitohs 28 points to 18 up there at Suncorp Stadium in front of 35,000 fans on a Thursday night. I'm joined by rugby league YouTuber who did a live stream on his channel for the very first time tonight. We got Cody's Footy World. Cody, I know you're disappointed with the result, my man, but how you feeling after that one?
Feeling like crap is another statement. I'm just disappointed with the team tonight. I mean, what kind of performance was that?
Yeah, it wasn't good, was it? It was pretty poor from the Bunnies. I thought a few players in particular did not play as well as they should have. I don't want to put the blame on one player, but there is somebody that I think needs to be punted to New South Wales Cup. But we'll get to that in just a little bit. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're new around here, don't forget to like the stream and subscribe to the channel. We would really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to Cody's channel, make sure you do as well. This is the Thursday night football review for round two of the NRL. The Broncos beat the Rabbitohs 28 points to 18. Yeah, it was a scrappy game, bro. I think in the first half there was about 14 errors. It was quite scrappy. But as always, hello to the live chat. Hello to everyone that's watching. I hope you guys are all well. Hello to SS Storm fan, Jim the Chooks fan, Yeet Boy, Josh Rabbitohs 24, Rishi, Luke. Hope everyone is doing well. Welcome to the review, guys. Yeah, this was a very scrappy game of football. Not the greatest game, man. But obviously, Souths didn't win, Cody, but what'd you make of the game itself?
Yeah, very scrappy first half. I mean, there were some points where it got good, but for most of it was very scrappy.
Yeah, the first half was horrible. Fucking horrible. I hated the first half. 14 errors or whatever it was. Both teams kept dropping the ball. It just wasn't great rugby league. Wasn't great rugby league at all. But all right, let's get into the review, shall we? Man, I must admit, the Rabbitohs' second half was a lot better, getting it to 12 all, but gee whiz. Excuse me. Right, first try of the game, Cody. Dean Mariner off that kick from I think it was Reece Walsh.
Yeah, it was Walsh.
Gee, that was soft, wasn't it? It was a soft try to let in.
Yeah, very soft.
What's that?
Yeah, very soft try there.
Yeah, it was a shit start for the Rabbitohs. Dean Mariner with the first try of the game there. And actually, before the Dean Mariner try, what about the Rabbitohs wasting their captain's challenge in the first 15 minutes of the game?
Yeah, that was just fucking stupid.
Madness.
I knew it wasn't offside or whatever the thing was. Like, he wasn't even offside at all. They just want to put in the captain's challenge and get rid of it. That's just unprofessionalism there from the Rabbits.
Yeah, it was a silly challenge. It didn't go to plan. And then obviously in the 24th minute, after the Broncos scored that first try for Dean Mariner, Reece Walsh, just way too quick. He beat Havili, he beat Burgess, and then Murray couldn't get him. Reece Walsh just too quick.
Yes, our defense is one of the worst, if not the worst, in the comp at the moment.
Oh, I don't know about that. It's only early days, bro, but you should have made the tackle. I think we agree with that.
Yeah, we should have.
So 10-0 Broncos, and then Damien Cook gets sin bin for a professional foul, which was fair enough. He wouldn't let go, and he did kill the momentum. But you know what I found weird about this? When it was 10-0 Brisbane, Cook goes to the bin, Brisbane go for the fucking penalty goal. Why wouldn't you back your attack and keep going? 13 on 12 for the next 10 minutes. You're already leading 10-0. 12-0 is not going to make any difference whatsoever. I would have kept playing, but I got their reasons to take the 2, I guess. So it ends up at 12 points to 0. And then half time, it's 12-0 Brisbane. Cody, I can't believe Brisbane were only up 12-0 at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, the way we were playing, they should have put in more points. But obviously, there's some jet lag and stuff there, but that's no excuse.
Excuse me. I'm just going to say as well, I think with both teams playing in Vegas the other week, a 29-hour flight or whatever it is, then having to come back to Australia, probably have 2 or 3 days off to get over jet lag, get back into training. Broncos and Souths were probably feeling a little bit flat. I can understand why both teams were flat. I'm expecting Manly and Roosters to be a little bit similar on Sunday. I am expecting it. So we'll see.
It's going to be more or less of the other game.
It could be similar, but the fact that it was 12-0 was actually good for Souths. Second half begins. The Rabbitohs come out in the second half like a brand new team. I don't know what Jason Demetriou said to him at halftime, but the Rabbitohs were a completely different team the first 10 minutes of the second half. Havili goes over for a try. Very soft try too.
Yeah, no, I did not expect to see the Rabbits get a try early on. It's like finally they got on the ball. I'm like, but it wasn't well deserved.
It was a 42nd minute. It was a good start for the Rabbits, and then another 3 minutes later, Souths, they get through the next set. They get a penalty. They get down there again, and Havili with a short ball to bloody Davey Mawali, and he scores his first ever NRL try.
Well, I was amazed with what the Rabbits have done. Seems like at that point they've changed it.
Yeah.
And congrats to Havili for his first ever NRL try.
Game on, 12 all.
The bench were doing well tonight.
Yeah, fair play to him. It was 12 all. And then the Broncos, they go down the left-hand side, and Cobbo gets a nice pass away to Jesse Arthurs, who juggles the ball, but does extremely well to hold on to it, and he scores in the corner. Very good try there from Jesse Arthurs.
Yeah, that was a very good try.
Yeah. So it goes to 16-12 Brisbane. And then in the this next try was very lucky. But you take your own luck in these sort of games, in these situations. Broncos down the left-hand side. Jesse Arthurs with a brilliant kick on the inside. But Latrell Mitchell, unfortunately, did not get the ball in the fall. The ball bounced, and it ended up with Reece Walsh. And he ends up scoring. And the Broncos go to 22-12. And I can imagine your reaction at this point, Cody.
Yeah, I was so losing it. And at that point, I just said it was game over. I think it was around 20 minutes to go at that point.
Yeah. Very frustrating indeed. And then obviously Dean Mariner scoring that last try to seal it down the right wing. Mariner puts a chip over the top, something you'd see on Rugby Live 4. Regains the ball, scores in the corner. 28-12 Brisbane, free to go. That's pretty much game over, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. But it was over for a long while before that.
And then with about 45 seconds to go, Latrell Mitchell goes for the middle, ends up scoring late in the game, and it is 28 points to 18 Brisbane. And that is pretty much all she wrote. Broncos get it done. Second half was a lot better than the first half. First half was horrible. having a look at some of the stats, Broncos 72% completion rate, South's at 63%. So, you know, how are you going to win a game of football with 63% completion rate? It's just not going to happen for you.
Yeah.
The errors, 13 errors each from both teams. Yuck. Yuck.
Felt like more.
Um,
Felt like more than that.
Rabbitohs had 4-3, 6 against over the Broncos. Rabbitohs had a 4-3 penalty count. Obviously, the sin bin happened. The Rabbitohs used all their interchanges as well. So that's pretty much all the stats. Now, Cody, I am going to be honest with you. This is just my opinion. I think Lachlan Ilias needs to be dropped.
Yeah, I can somewhat agree with that. Yeah, he was the worst player out there for the Rabbits tonight, but I just don't know if he's going to get dropped. I mean, the only other half we really got is Dean Hawkins, and
Yeah.
he plays good in the New South Wales Cup, but geez, our half's got to work it up. But I'm not surprised if Ilias does get dropped next week.
I don't know, man. I'm really concerned because I'm watching Lachlan Ilias. He's playing halfback. He's supposed to be the game manager, the organizer, the one leading the team around at halfback. His kicking game has been really poor. His attack is shit. Defensively, he's pretty solid, but look, you can't blame it on one player, but fuck me. How many weeks do you give Ilias? Because I said at the start of the year, you give him to round 4, round 5, and if he hasn't improved by then, you got to move him on and just go with somebody else. But I think I'd be half tempted to now bring someone else in. Maybe Cody Walker to halfback, White in the 5'8" next week. I don't know. Or maybe throw in Dean Hawkins.
That's not a bad
But
combo. I was going to say that.
they got to work something out here because I don't see I just don't see Ilias being the man to take South forward. I just don't see it.
Yeah,
CJ.
and that's the fucking mock.
So what do you reckon? Do you give Ilias another 2 weeks, or do you pull the trigger now and go someone else?
No, go someone else.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because you can see he's lost his confidence. You can see he's not playing what he was a while ago when he was in good form. He's completely lost his confidence. Absolutely lost it.
Yeah.
Now, I like the kid. I think he's got a great future. I think there's potential for him to turn it around. But as of right now, watching him play, he's just not playing with confidence. I think he needs to be dropped to the New South Wales Cup for about 3 or 4 weeks. Try and get his confidence back. And then if he's playing well enough, get him back in the team.
Yeah, I can agree with that. But I don't know what's going to happen for next week's game.
It's going to be interesting. You play the Roosters, your arch rivals, and it's going to be.
Yep. We'll be there. It's going to be interesting.
It's a very important game for the Rabbitohs. Absolutely no doubt about it. Now, let's talk about some of the players that stood out tonight from the Broncos. I know Reece Walsh had a few errors, but he had a good game. I thought Cobbo was outstanding in the centers. I thought Arthurs and Mariner were good. I thought Ezra Mann and Adam Reynolds were good. Jensen had a good game. Payne Haas was very solid. I thought Patrick Carrigan was outstanding. I thought Ricky was quiet. Pia Cora wasn't too bad. Walters wasn't too bad. I thought Martin Tapau off the bench played pretty well. Fletcher Baker did some really good things as well. What about you, Cody? Who do you reckon for the Broncos really stood out?
Well, obviously Walsh played well. Yeah, Cobbo in the centres, still getting used to it, but he's becoming very well in the new spot. Marin
Yeah,
with the first try was good. Ezra Mann played good tonight, and Reynolds he was all right, but that little niggle that he picked up will be interesting to see what will happen.
it'd be very interesting to see if
Um,
he plays next week or not.
yeah, Jensen was I think a bit quiet. Payne Haas good as always. Walters, um, he played good. He played in the half after Reynolds went off.
He
That was
sure did.
interesting to see.
Yeah.
Carrigan played well. Corey. I mean, one of the tackles, I think that was on Murray. I think he put on was good.
Oh, he crunched him, didn't he? Big hit on
Yeah.
Murray. Yeah. No, you're
For the
right.
bench, um, who was the other halfback for? Not halfback. Hooker.
Smoothie.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think he played good for the time he played.
He looked all right.
Mutton to power. Yeah, he played well off the bench. Everington was quiet, and who's the other one?
Fletcher Baker was pretty good.
Yeah, Fletcher Baker, former Rooster. I didn't even realise he was at the Broncos. But he played good off the bench tonight.
Yeah, and for the Rabbitohs, I mean, they didn't have many great players at all, did they? Like, they really struggled, the Rabbitohs. Like, I thought Latrell was all right. I wouldn't say it was amazing, but I thought Latrell was all right tonight. Cam Murray, he tried very hard, man. Obviously, he shouldn't be in the second row, but I thought he tried really hard. I thought Havili and David Mawali were your best players, to be honest, bro. I thought Havili was your best.
Yeah, can't disagree with that. I mean, Havili and Malawi, both bench players, both scored a try tonight, and yeah, they were just the better players overall.
Yeah, well, having a look at it, I mean, player of the game. I'm torn between Carrigan and Cobbo, bro, because Carrigan ran for 222 meters and he had 38 tackles, the most of anyone at the Broncos. And Cobbo was so good. He set up a couple of tries. It's hard to pick a player of the game. I'm really torn between Cobbo and Carrigan. I'm going to go Carrigan, I think. Patrick Carrigan is my player of the game from tonight's game. Carrigan, I think, was best on the field.
Yeah, that's fair. That's not a bad shout, but my man of the match is going to be different. I'm going to go Reece Walsh. I mean, he scored 2 tries, plays amazing as always, and yeah, overall just played too good. It'll be interesting to see how they will go against the Panthers in the grand final rematch next week, which I'll be at that game too.
Yep, and the Rabbitohs are going to play the Roosters at Allianz, so that's another big game.
And if we lose, we're in a lot of trouble. And this will be the first time since 2000.
If you lose,
2011, we lose 3 in a row.
Yeah, if you go 0-3 to start the year, then that game against the Bulldogs on Good Friday will be extremely important.
Yep.
Very interesting. All right, Cody. That is going to wrap up the review, bro. Thank you very much for coming on. Bad luck to the Rabbitohs, and I guess all the best next week against the Sydney Roosters.
Yeah, no worries, Nick. Thanks for having me on. I mean, I did a great stream tonight, and I reckon it was good for the first time. Yep. Next week against the Roosters, it's going to be interesting, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I bet. It will be a fun atmosphere, that's for sure. Well, thank you very much to everyone for tuning in. Thank you for watching the Thursday Night Football Review. Broncos defeating the Rabbitohs, 28 points to 18 in front of 35,000 fans at Suncorp Stadium for a Thursday night. Not a bad crowd. But make sure to like and subscribe, everybody. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Friday Night Football Review between the Sharks and the Bulldogs and the Panthers and the Eels. Until next time, take care, everybody. See you tomorrow.